Well, a local nonprofit that saves injured wildlife has a newly remodeled facility.
Sakura Gray is live in Sacramento, meeting some of the residents and checking out their new digs and their worms.
We have fallen in love with this little baby squirrel.
Yeah, guys, I know nobody is worried about how I'm doing. Everybody just wants me to cut to the chase and get to the baby squirrel. So they don't name the animals here because they do re-release them.
Yeah.
But this one, in my heart, will be Squirrely. So little Squirrely looks like she's taken a little snoozer after her breakfast, and she is looking so cute in her pink blanket. And of course, the team here has been wonderful. I feel like I've learned so much this morning. Now, we mentioned this in our earlier live reports, but this isn't like you're cuddling with these animals that they rescue here. This is actually a rescue mission. So we're joined here by our little opossum friend. And I did learn that it is opossum, right?
Yes.
Yes, so it's not possum, opossum. So if you're confused, now you know. The more I learn, the more you learn too. So introduce us. This is Sandra. She's the animal care manager, and we have a special friend right behind us. Who is this?
So this is a Virginia possum. He came in a couple days ago. He was unable to walk. He was freezing cold, dehydrated, emaciated, and lethargic. And so we were able to provide critical care support to him right away, and I believe he's going to make a full recovery.
And look at him, he looks so cozy in his little bumblebee blanket, seems to be doing a lot better. As we mentioned before, this was our nervous pooper, but clearly a lot more confident now. And then also in some of these cages, we've got birds, we've got a raccoon as well. And so tell us why we've got these towels up right now, because that's important too.
So we have visual barriers up for the animals when they're in care, just to reduce stress and also to avoid any kind of habituation. We don't want them being used to people or thinking that we're something that they can turn to in the wild, because we do want them to have that wild instinct and to stay away from humans so they have a better chance of survival.
And when it comes to, so this was a big question I had is, you know, sometimes when you see animals in the wild, you don't really want to intervene. You know, even if you see one that's injured, you're like, oh, maybe this is just the circle of life. Maybe it's not my place to step in. But what do you say to anybody that might hesitate when it comes to situations like that?
I would say that if you find any animal in the wild that appears to be injured, orphaned, or ill, I would bring it into the center if you're able to safely do that. And I would keep them warm, dark, and quiet without any food or water. And we can always determine here after an examination if they do need treatment or they do need care. And if they don't, we'll get them right back out.
And then earlier we were, you were going to show me how you apply the medication and the ointment to this raccoon. We were talking about some of the beneficial properties of, would you believe it, honey. They use honey.
Medical grade honey.
Medical grade honey on the eye of the raccoon. So all of you that, you know, I know Tina has her honey farm. So, hey, just know that if they're using it on these raccoons for medical treatment, then it's good for you too. And so then finally, how can people, when they see a wild animal in their yard or anything like that, reach out to you guys? And in what situations do they need to call you for help?
So we have a phone number that people can reach us on. We have an Instagram, we have a Facebook that we're active on. So we have a few outlets of ways of communicating to us. I think any person that finds an animal that's in need, they can absolutely contact us or bring it in just in case. And like I said, we can examine and kind of go from there.
And finally, you guys have some updates to your facility.
Yes.
So these animals are going to be in great hands. Tell us a little bit about that.
So we were able to revamp the facility. We got new structures outside. We have new paint, new floors, new caging for the animals inside, and brand new staff that is working so well to take care of the animals.
And Sandra is leading the charge on all of that. So this morning you've met quite a few of the animals here. Hopefully they're going to make a full recovery and be able to return to the wild. So thank you guys for joining me this morning. I am learning a lot here, and I'm also learning that my cat Eloise, you know, maybe some of these tools I've learned here can help me control my crazy wild cat at home.
There it is.